Well, both teams are ready, Mr. C Raptor.
All right then. I'm ready. Let's get this done. We had another team drop. I'll have to make another bracket adjustment in a few minutes.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, I think GTF wasn't able to round up enough people. They were mentioning that earlier, the start of the cast or before the cast when we were getting all the teams lined up.
Okay.
Here we go. Headed to Warriors Path. Falco made a couple of changes here. Still sticking with double Montana. Has now gone from triple Des Moines and Henri to double Des Moines, Worcester, and Moskva. Still sticking with double Grozovoy for their destroyers.
Over on MIA's side, they did decide to drop one of the Grozovoys and add gearing. I would imagine he'd probably be patrolling around over in the open water on the A side, at least in my guess. And then they have a Moskva in place of one of their Worcesters. They still have the double Hindenburg, they still have the Yami, and they still have the Republic with the Hakuryu for the air support. So a little bit different as well.
Time to kill everyone.
Oh, I forgot to turn Duke off. I'll do that real quick. Look at you with your King of the Sea patch.
That's right.
I gotta get my button. I gotta get off my button. Send that stuff in to get those for the admins and the casting team.
I totally forgot about it, and then I just logged in one day, and I'm like, oh, that's right.
That's right. You played, baby. All right, here we go. Worcester, Des Moines, and both Grozovoys angling to the west here. Sorry. Yeah, the east. We've got Des Moines and Moskva headed straight to A. I think maybe they're going to try and set up in those islands to the northeast of A and try and deny a push. Hard to say.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Let's take a look here for MIA. As I expected, Revan in his gearing is going out in open water to the west of A, and he is accompanied by a Geo Brigade in his Moskva, D-Mags in the Yami, and Modulatus in the Hindenburg, whereas on the opposite side, Warlords Republic, Goya Dechi's Hindenburg, Lord Cadis's Worcester, and Ichima's Grozovoy are making a play for C. So yet again, another strat where they're completely ignoring B. MIA is here early on in the game.
Well, B on these maps, I mean, you find so much firepower goes to the edges and the flanks, because B is, the center of the map is just basically a place for you to get fired from both sides, right? It's I won't say it's a death trap, but it's definitely a bit of a risk, especially going there right away.
It can be. I do remember back in King of the Seas 5 when ZR and Cuter played in the semifinals on this map. I vividly recall Cuter trying to shove a ship or two into B mid-game, and it got beat down pretty handedly. However, in King of the Seas 6, there were a lot of the top teams, and not just on the NA side, also during the EU tournament as well, that were able to take advantage of the island that's at F7 with the Minotaur sitting there with its AA bubble able to extend well past the B objective, and not only cap it, but pretend that it's a destroyer and also give some flanking shots into C. So, I mean, it can work. You just have to have the personnel to be able to make it happen.
Indeed. Well, Falco is setting up for a nice even split here of their firepower. We've got Des Moines, Worcester, Grozovoy, and Montana out north of A, as Grozovoy, Des Moines, Moskva, and Montana head to C. Neither team on a cap yet. Just a few minutes into the game, a lot of jockeying for position, a little bit of spotting back and forth as the air battle has not really commenced in full.
Revan is about to get on A right now. He is just at the southwest corner of the cap, and I would imagine he might be trying to dive towards that island.
Indeed, Falco's calling for fire on him now. As I'm assuming Worcester or Des Moines radar had him lit there briefly. No, it was the planes. The fighters on top of him had him lit, but he's gone now. Once he gets that hard island cover, he's going to be hard to push out.
Yeah, he does manage to get there. He takes a couple of glancing blows, but nothing serious. Still at 17,000 hit points. He's got plenty of room to work with. And he did send torpedoes to the northeast through the gap, just northeast of A, so we'll see if they do manage to get any hits.
Revan snuggled up to an island down there. It's going to be hard to root him out.
Indeed.
The Grozovoy swinging wide is probably the best bet, but if he's not careful, he'll run into that Hindenburg. On the other side of the map, Cap Brujo's on to C now, slowly ticking that over for Falco as MIA bags A. Brujo backed up at close range by Des Moines. The Moskva looks like he's angling into B now, bit of a surprise.
He is radared by Lord Cadius's Worcester, and he is getting shot at. So it looks like he's going to have to turn off and get off the cap, but he's taking quite a few big hits here.
Yeah, Captain Brujo's taking damage now, bailing out of the sea cap as Chichario's Grozovoy is now literally going to have this staring contest today, parked here at the island cover just to the north of Revan's Gearing.
And it's funny, Searaptor, because I would imagine that when the developers added these small islands into A, they didn't think that the staring contest over here would be even more so, because I doubt Revan and Chichario, you really do have to flank wide on both sides to be able to get those ships out of those positions. And I don't think this was an intended consequence of making that change, but they're going to be sitting there for a little bit.
Yes, indeed. Well, the both teams working to try and find position here. MIA on an 8-point lead on their couple of ticks they got out of ACAP before Falco contested it here as we approach the 5-minute mark. Chima now spotted heading into B. It looks as if MIA is gonna decide they want to play in the center of the map here and at least make some positive point gains.
Yes, and it appears that he's probably going to go for that island where I spoke of earlier, where the Minotaurs like to chill around there. It provides great cover, can't really get shot at from many angles, and he'll definitely start working the B cap in favor of MIA. Is Falco, Captain Brujo's Grozovoy yet again slithers onto the C cap.
Indeed, Brujo back into the top end of C, taking a few pot shots there at Chima's Grozovoy, trying to reset him. Don't know if any of those connected. Doesn't look like they did. Now, this Moskva is kind of getting a little aggressive here on the northeastern side of B. I don't know if he's going to charge. Surely he's not going to charge this destroyer in the cap. Like, looks like he's got him radared, but I don't think anybody has shots.
Now you can see here that spot that he's in. Just like I mentioned, you can even shove a Minotaur.
Yeah.
That island provides just enough cover to be able to deflect most angles from potential shots that come in.
We saw some brilliant play from Zombri off this island, if you'll recall the last King of the Sea supremacy we did here on NA with his Minotaur.
Yes, Zombri was definitely one of the masters of moving around in there. There was also an EU clan, I think it was Rain. They had quite the Minotaur driver as well, so can make it work. And Ichima made it work in the Grozovoy, and MIA has a 2-point lead for about a quarter of a second before Falco ties it up. So
MIA bagging B as Falco bags C here. The A-cap staring contest continues. Chichario throwing some torps to the south down there, but not getting anything out of them, of course. Revan sneaking back behind the island quite handily.
See if these torpedoes have enough range to get the D-mags in his Yami. He is backing up, but it looks like if these torpedoes hold straight and true, he's going to eat at least one, potentially two, if they have the range.
Well, they're 10 clicks, so they should have the range.
They should.
It's going to be close.
They're going to have the range. D-mags is going to eat 2 torpedoes, and unfortunately one is at the stern, so that will pop his damage control. So a nice set of torpedoes right there.
Falco now.
Go ahead, please.
Well, I was going to say, Falco now shoving a Des Moines and a Grozovoy right down the gap between B and C. Looks like they're going to try and get in here, make a hard play for B. Once this Des Moines is in here, he's going to be hard to root out unless they try to come around behind him with the Republique. Captain Brujo now angling to the northeastern edge of B. He'll be onto the cap momentarily. There he is spotted firing at Chima's Grozovoy as Chima runs south.
I just wanted to say that MIA is slowly creeping up on that A flank. The Montana from Falco was last spotted at C2. They did chunk him down a little bit and force him away from the battle, but it appears he's now re-engaging.
The Yami is definitely coming in. They've got, looks like, I can't tell if is Checha spotted? Chichario, his Grozovoy in A?
Chichario is spotted. He is detected right now.
It's the Moskva's radar, I guess.
The Hindenburg has an angle. Modulatus does have an angle.
Yes, he does. Hindenburg definitely has the angle. I was just wondering how he was spotted. It's not. There's no planes. It must be the Moskva radar, I'm guessing.
To be fair, I was over at B taking a look.
No worries. Sure. But D-Mags Yamato pushing right up into the cap circle now.
Yeah,
as Falco bags B. Falco now up 2 caps to none as the A cap is a stalemate. Falco the only one ticking up points right now. 8 minutes gone.
The Moskva for Falco as well. Milos is still doing okay hit point wise. Is that 36,000. I'm sure he'll have another heal coming up here shortly. Falco doing a little bit better job of preserving hit points. However,
Much
King
better this
Diego
game.
here in his Monty, I'm not 100% sure about this place here after he is pushing into quite a few MIA ships.
Well, they're focus firing him down too. He's got the Grozavoy on him. You know the Yamato guns are on him, and I'm sure that if it's not now, the Hindenburg guns will be on him shortly.
Absolutely.
This is probably a bit questionable. There's no need. I wouldn't see the need for him to push up and give away health right now. Like, they've got a 2-cap lead. They've just moved out to a 100-point lead. I would turn around and back off and preserve my HP.
And Diego's pretty much committed at this point. I don't see any chance of him being able to get out of dodge here. Some glancing blows off of D-Mags's belt armor for about 7,000. But yeah, King Diego's in a very bad situation right now.
Yeah, I think he's just pulled up a little too aggressively. And once he goes down, that Worcester and the Des Moines are going to fold. Like, they can't hold that position against a Yami. There we go. We rotated the Grozavoy back into C now. MIA making a cap contest behind Falco over here. He is spotted. No one has shots.
Chicharito might be bowing out here shortly. He got chunked down to less than 5K before he went in the smoke. He can't really sit there much longer, but MIA is just slowly squeezing the noose around the A-cap, just inching forward ever so slightly to work out those angles.
They need to pull Chicharito out of there or they're going to lose him.
They do have fighter cover overhead to clear the skies away, so if this was to be the time to do it, it needs to happen right now.
Yeah, they need to do it while they have the fighter cover. Now, King Diego has managed to successfully turn around. No, he didn't. I thought he had.
He's eating some massive AP hits
Goodness
from
gracious.
Hindenburg.
Chicharito taking more damage here. I think it's only a matter of time before this A flank folds. There's the Republic. Warlords Republic now pushing in aggressively at C. That's what it was going to take to push this Des Moines out of the gap here. He's just run aground. He's going to be in a bit of pain here because he's got to get back off that rock.
King Diego and Chicharito, I believe, are both going to be kicking the bucket here. Modulatus has switched his fire to the Grozavoy, who... Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to get out of this one.
King Diego's got to be out here. Like, there's just... I can't see how he salvages this. The carrier strike coming in.
Killing blow. Chicharito is going to go down here.
And King Diego's going to follow him right behind because here comes the torpedo strike.
T-Pods with another good drop, and now the game has switched quite favorably in MIA's case.
Lead change here as Falco loses 2 ships very quickly here over by the A-cap. Now, they have a chance to retake C, but I think they probably need to move the Montana up. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Revan is down to 2.3k hit points, but some long-range fire from the Des Moines, the various American cruisers from Falco, not managing to hit the mark here, as Revan is going to get inside the smoke screen and out of radar range. Yeah, D-Max is just continuing his slow push-up. I like this, and like I said earlier, C-Raptor, MIA, they're a clan that has been around, and they have had some success in King of the Seas. Tsushima bags Captain Brujo. Just being patient, not freaking out, down 100 points. They were down 200 points in the last game, and it didn't matter. They just took their time, and it would take quite a monumental set of mistakes for them to give away the advantage that they've made in this game.
Falco now down 3 ships, but continuing to work over here. They're putting a lot of pressure on GeoBrigade's Moskva. That he's just coming under constant Worcester fire on 2 deck fires now. Just put those out. But those 152mm shells continuing to fall.
Terra does have a shot, C-Raptor, if he does have his guns aimed. It's a 23-kilometer shot, but he does have one.
Well, they've lost sight of him now, so he's probably going to get away. Luthwinder is also under a tremendous amount of pressure here as well. He's got some island cover, but it's not only going to last him so long. The Hindenburg will fall. He's 2 fires. He's out right now. He'd have put him out already if he could have.
Yep. Koyedechi getting the 4th frag of the game.
Falco doing a great job putting damage in the right place, but just not able to seal the deal on a couple of key ships. Both destroyers, MI destroyers, on very low health, but limping away, still contributing. Same with Geo Brigade's Moskva.
Yeah, and that's definitely a unfortunately, that's definitely a it's usually a thing with newer teams or inexperienced teams. You know, dealing some damage, doing fine, but never focusing down targets enough to where they need to be. I mean, also you can count Warlord's Republic. He's only at 20,000 hit points as well, but he's still alive, still kicking, and still in the game.
Wow, D-Mags just wrecked that Des Moines in the gap between B and C from the 3 line.
It's a good shot. D-Max
Yes.
is a pretty good shot. So
Indeed. Falco now down 5 ships, bagging control of C, but it's not going to matter a whole lot. They're on such a health disadvantage and so few ships now. MIA simply just needs to preserve their health and keep moving. Now, if Falco can bag a couple of these kills on low health ships, that would be huge. But I don't know that they're going to be able to do it. MIA's moving away from them intentionally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean that's also, you know, that's a very smart play. When you got your low health ships, just rotate them to the back. You don't need to put them in any imminent danger. As I said earlier, MIA has one heck of an advantage here. There's no reason to potentially throw that away by making stupid decisions.
They're continuing to focus on the Republic here, but not getting a whole lot out of it. Let's see what happens.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
5 minutes to play here. MIA on a comfortable lead. Still under some pressure. Falco has the opportunity to make up some ground here if they can bag some kills.
Uh-oh. As Jingles likes to say, some surprise butt sex coming in from Lord Cadis's Wooster. He's 4, make that 3 kilometers behind Milo's is Moskva. And,
Indeed.
Oh boy. This might turn south pretty quickly there, Mr. Raptor.
Well, let's see what happens. Milo's knows he's there. He's been spotted several times. Cadis has to be careful, though, just because if he moves out too far, the Montana can slap him. He's going for the HE right now, but now Milo's is reversing back towards him. That seems like a ill-advised idea. There you go. He fixed that now. He's moving up. If he can move up, he can get some better cover, because Cadis, the position of Montana means that Cadis has to be careful. It won't matter for much longer, though. MIA will be victors here shortly, unless Falco can bag a kill and extend the time.
Panda got
Ooh,
chased.
big old hit on Cadis there.
Yeah.
The Falco Montana realizing his ability to contribute there to the defense of his teammate.
But now Cadis is making the smart play, and he's just going to continue to reverse. Hopefully put just enough of the island in between him.
Yeah, there's no need to risk his ship here, as MIA will be bagging C shortly on a 400-point lead. Goodness gracious.
I guess you just saw that too.
D-Mags complimenting the Falco Wooster on his ability to wiggle and work the border over here. They might yet bag Revan. That would be big points if they can do it.
Yeah, it looks like Revan.
I think they're going to trade. I think they're going to trade the Wooster for Revan, even if he can get Revan. Nope. Game will end before that happens, as MIA claims game 2 and goes 2-0 here in round 1 of WarGames I Sunda Strait. Yay! I got a completion screen.
Very well.
It's the little things in life.
So let's see here. This time around, T-Pods is Hercuria doing the majority of the plane swatting with 27 kills. I'd have to say, and granted, I am no carrier expert by any means, but it seems like Falco's CV did a little bit better job of not throwing planes away, but there's still some decent plane kills on the board for MIA. There were 5 ships that had at least double-digit totals. You know, this Sea Raptor just seems like a team that